My name is David West. I'm the founder and CEO of Proscia, and we exist to take pathology from a microscope-based discipline to an AI-driven discipline. I started my career working with some scientists at Johns Hopkins using computer vision and machine learning to predict cancer outcomes from prostate cancer images. And I was just totally fascinated by this idea that we can use computers to understand cancer and other diseases in deeper ways. When I started talking to pathologists, I'd walk into their office and they'd have physical microscopes with cardboard slide trays and physical glass slides. And it felt like something out of the Victorian era, which it is. Pathology hasn't changed in 150 years. And I was inspired to build technology that would help bridge that gap between the way that pathology has been practiced and modern 21st century technology. Over the last 20, 30 years, pathology has been burdened by more administrative work, more case complexity. There are fewer and fewer pathologists expected to see more cases, and that gap puts a ton of pressure on laboratories and the pathologists who power them. Technology can play a huge role in offloading some of that burden onto machines and helping pathologists work at the top of their license, but also using this data to do things that are totally novel. Today's therapies are extremely advanced, but they require advanced diagnosis to make sure that they're getting to the right patients. There are therapies today that are literally cures, but they're only cures for maybe 10% of patients. And if you can use the data and AI to help understand which patients are likely to, say, respond to a drug, that's an incredibly valuable technology and can help the right patients get on the right therapies and ultimately lead to better outcomes. Healthcare is a unique beast. It has weird economic realities, and it also has human beings on the other side of that technology who are very much dealing with life and death decisions. And so there's a reverence for the standard of care. And that's something that as technologists, we have a ton of respect for. And it's the only way to be successful in healthcare, to partner with our customers, to make sure that we're working with regulators, have the right clinical evidence so that our customers can trust our technology. At the end of the day, healthcare is so much about trust because there are human beings on the other side of this. In many ways, it feels like this moment came to meet us. In the last 12, 18 months, there's been an explosion in new AI capabilities, large language models, vision models, and multimodal vision language models that can come together to solve a lot of these kind of vertical workflow problems that are really important in healthcare or in our space in pathology and diagnostics. You can imagine in reporting where you're bringing together image data and language or text data. Those are really important technologies that are helping us do new things in these data-driven workflows. Pathology is human work. We have pathologists and patients that they serve on the other side of our software, and we have an incredible reverence for that. What they need is technology that they can trust. AI can help make pathology an even more human discipline. Pathologists maybe today are spending a lot of their time doing administrative work as healthcare has become an increasingly bloated discipline with more and more spend on administration. We think we can use AI to bring medicine back to its roots that's focused on the patient. In just the past 2 years, there have been these incredible leaps and bounds in the models, AI models that today are starting to underpin products in healthcare and beyond. The question that everyone is asking is, how do you productize these and turn the capabilities of these models into something that works for verticals like healthcare? I think that's something that the world is in the very early stages of, but where a lot of the value is going to be created. One of the complexities of building in healthcare that's not discussed enough is how different healthcare systems work and how technology should be built. For example, in Europe, where healthcare is more socialized versus in the US, there's a more private orientation to the healthcare market. There's different ways that you'd want to access those customers and how value propositions resonate with those customers. In the US market, for example, the way that healthcare providers can partner with pharma is different than the way that that works in Europe, where there's more incentive to maybe make longer term decisions by investing upfront in this kind of technology. There's ways to make it work in both markets, but you have to be able to adhere your business model to the realities of those systems. Success for Proscia means taking the billion slides created for diagnostic purposes every year, bringing them digital, and using that to make faster diagnostics, better decision-making, ensure that the right treatments get to the right patients, and understand disease in deeper ways. We want 50 million patients diagnosed on our platform per year over the next 5 years. We're well along our way to doing that. Today, over 8 million patients per year are diagnosed on our platform, and we're just getting started.